Hello everyone. I was just playing Roll and you joined me exactly halfway through our 2500 rolls, but something more high scoring than I've ever encountered has been occurring, and I thought I would capture the moment. So as you can see, we currently only have 5 dice, and now in the new UI you can see all of the passives that you have going on. So let's just go through these very quickly. First of all, I'll show you my dice. We have 5 dice, all with faces of 5. This one rerolls. This one has a heavy weight and a times 25 multiplier on it. And that's all that's going on with the dice, other than all 5s. So let's take a look at the multipliers I have going on. From the top, upon purchase, your highest scoring die will always be doubled. Any die face with a heavy weight on it will have its value increased. Your 3 highest roll faces will be increased by the percentage. If you have less than 6 dice, the value of all dice will be increased by 500%. When you roll a run, all numeric values will be set to the number on that run. So for us, it's 5. Factor 18 quantity multiplier. So 18 divided by 5 is a multiplier for us. Numeric numbers on dice will not be changed. So all numeric faces will be multiplied. Sorry, all numeric faces are multiplied by 10. When we roll a prime number, the die will be re-rolled 3 additional times. Every die face is a 5, so every die face is re-rolled 3 extra times. When we roll a Yahtzee, all of our faces will be increased by 1000%, and we always roll a Yahtzee because all our dice are 5. If all the numbers on our dice are less than 13, our bonuses will be increased by 1000%. They're all 5, which is less than 13. The value of all prime faces will be increased by 500%. All of our numbers are prime because they're all 5. If you have fewer than 6 dice, the value of all of them will increase by 300%. And we can combine face multipliers. So I took a 10 times, a 10 times, and a 5 times to give us that 25 that exists on this die. So when we roll currently, 68 billion to 70 billion, 70 billion to 72 billion, 72 billion, 73 billion. So you can kind of see the pattern forming here. And if we get down to 1200, we currently sit on 150 billion. We can go back to our shop and see what our free reroll gets us, because we can't get perfect number of dice because we have 5, which is not a square number, and we can't benefit from doubles because all of our dice are Yahtzees instead. So lightweight bonuses, we don't have any. What is this? Rigged machine. When a die rolls a successful lottery face, the next lottery face on the same die is guaranteed success. Well, we don't have any lottery die faces, and we don't have 181 billion to spend on our next reroll. So I think we're just gonna race down to 1100 rolls. And see what our next next shop reroll brings us. Single face adjacency bonus. Whenever a single face multiplier is orthogonally adjacent to the die it is multiplying, it will be worth 10 times more. Single face multipliers target the highest numeric face. If there is a tie, it will target the die that was most recently added. All numeric faces with a value of less than 13 will be rerolled an additional time. Does not stack with other reroll effects. Well, if it says additional, that should be fine. And all of our dice are 5s, which is less than 13, so we'll buy that. Single face adjacency. Whenever a single face multiplier is orthogonally adjacent to the die it is multiplying. We don't have any face multipliers, so I don't think that's going to work out for us. So now we just keep rolling to 1,000. We're still roughly about 2 billion a roll. About that. So 100 rolls should be about 50 billion. I honestly can't remember where we started, but we can go back to the shop. Yahtzee reroll. Whenever you roll a Yahtzee, roll all 5 die 3 additional times. Does not stack with other reroll effects. What reroll effects do we have in play? This is doubling. This is weights. Top 3 scoring faces have their result multiplied by 10. If you have less than 6 die, all value increases. Mega runs, multipliers, numeric multipliers. All faces with a value less than 13 will be rerolled 1 additional time. When you roll a prime number, it will be rerolled 3 additional times. So this says, when you roll a Yahtzee, roll all 5 dice 3 additional times, does not stack with other reroll effects. So if it doesn't stack, we are already getting a benefit of 3 rerolls from this. Whenever you roll a prime number, it will be rerolled 3 additional times, does not stack. So we don't need 3 rerolls if we already have 3 rerolls. So we'll just power on down to 900. And as ever, we'll see what our reroll bring us. Attached multiplier stack. Multipliers attached to a die face will now stack with single face, multi-face, and adjacent multipliers. We don't have any of those. Lottery bonuses. We don't have any lottery bonuses either. So you know what we do? We roll down to 800. The numbers have just gotten dizzyingly large. We might get to 1 trillion. I've never gotten to 1 trillion before. Perfect squares, lotteries, don't need any of that stuff. Once again, counting our way down to 700. It's always the ones where you don't start recording at the very beginning that the most interesting things happen. 888 billion. Whenever you roll a numeric value divisible by 5, the die will be rerolled 2 additional times, does not stack with other reroll effects. Numeric bonus. The value of all numeric faces will be multiplied by the specified amount. All non-numeric values will have no effect. So that's times 5 for all numeric values. So I think we should do that. It's going to be 677 billion to buy it. But for our remaining 700 rolls, we'll re-roll at a times 5 rate. It's very expensive, but hopefully by the time we come down to 600 rolls, we'll be climbing back up towards 800 billion. Oh my, there's your trillion. That's incredible. Let's re-roll again. No weights bonus. We do have a weight, unfortunately. All numeric faces with a value less than 13 will be increased by 500%. Yes. Let's do that. So it's going to be 800 of our trillion, 800 billion of that. But if in 100 rolls we can get back from 200 billion to 1 trillion, it seems worthwhile. Another 100 rolls. Let's stop at 501 and we'll investigate just what's happening when we roll here. That's way too much text to break down, isn't it? Just lots of rerolls, not Yahtzee bonuses, everything's prime. It's a lot of numbers. Okay, free reroll. Die quantity single face multiplier. No. Big spender. All other passives will have no effect, including all present and future passives. Reduce all shop prices by 80%. Well, that's terrible for us because our passives are everything for us right now. So let's race down to 400. Get our free reroll again. Triples bonus. Does not work if we have a Yahtzee. We always have a Yahtzee. No weights reroll. We do have weights. Replace a die face with time to 10. We don't want that. Alright. Another 100, please. We just get lost in that inky blackness. Alright, we're up past 3.5 trillion. It's going to have to be something really good if it's worth buying at this point. Double face multiplier. All single face multipliers will now target your 2 highest scoring numeric dice. Yahtzee increases. When you roll a Yahtzee, all numeric values on all 5 dice will be increased by 3. Well, we definitely don't want that because 5 is prime and less than 13, and that's what we do want. So I don't think we want any of this. So again, back down to 200 rolls this time. I have no idea where we're going to be on the leaderboards. I didn't check them before I started this run. And there's been a patch fairly recently, so who knows. If none of your dice are 99, all dice will be rolled 2 additional times, does not stack. No weights bonuses, we do have a weight. Adds an extra 5, so this would add an extra 5x, and this would, to this die face here that is worth 25 times. So we can make that worth 35 times, but to do it we would need to spend 1.5 trillion at this late stage, which I don't think is worth it. If we're getting roughly 1 trillion every 200, I think we're probably just going to roll down to 0 at this point, but we will stop once more at 100 just to see how things are going. Alright, 6 trillion. Free reroll. Perfect square's not going to go. Run reroll, not going to go. Alright, that is going to be it for the shop. Let's roll down to 0 and see how this has gone. Alright. 7.1 trillion. Let's see how that puts us on the leaderboards, shall we? New record for us. Display name, G Lord UK. We are currently second behind a 9 trillion point score. That is very exciting. Obviously the patch must have only gone out very recently because 800,000 scores down at 100 are not particularly high. But you know, it means I can put in the title, number 2 rated high score on the current patch. If you've enjoyed, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to check out my other videos, not that many of, there's some roll in my back catalogue, I'll try and link to them down below or something. Otherwise, there's like D&D role-playing stuff on my channel. Alright, thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.